All right, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're going to get around to the Shonen Jump chapters this weekend. I'll hopefully get back to read-throughs next weekend. I got distracted this weekend by the Shadow Dropped Lies of P DLC, as well as some personal stuff I was having to deal with instead. So hopefully read-throughs will be back next weekend. But in the meantime, still got a lot of good stuff coming your way. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Now, there is an elephant, or I guess kaiju in the room we do need to talk about. I guess I'll talk a little bit more about it towards the end once I'm done with this chapter reaction review. But I will kind of just address at the beginning before we get into that, which is there is news that has dropped all over my timeline, like on social media and everything. So apparently, Kaiju No.8 is ending in 2 more chapters in Shonen Jump, so it's been officially confirmed the series is ending in 2 more chapters. And I think a lot of people have been surprised and taken aback by this news that the series is ending so abruptly. And I must say, like, I think I'm the only one that isn't really that fazed by it, because I think I've been saying for quite a while now I don't see the series lasting past this fight, at least. So maybe we'll, like, once we get to the end, maybe we'll talk about, like, is it abrupt? What would have happened potentially with that stuff like that? But yeah, we got official confirmation the series is ending in a couple of chapters. But let's get through this first before I kind of dive into more thoughts regarding that. We got Kaiju No.8, chapter 127, by Noya Matsumoto. Translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Phil Christie. Sorry, let me also just pull this up quickly on my tablet here. Come on. Really, game, really. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, so we pick up where we left off last time with Kikoro screaming, like, "Please, Kafka Hibino!" as he's standing in front of the giant core. Jav, the time has come, and you see, like, all the spirits, like the samurai with them, like, screaming as he goes, "Entrust the entirety of your grudge to my fist." And you see a room, and it's just, like, the kaiju's trying to quickly reform, I guess. I knew, like, there's going to be some gimmick to, like, slow it down at the end, but yeah, the regeneration is too fast. He won't make it in. And he's like, "Don't worry. I just have to stake it all on this attack. Isn't that right?" No, just the fuck. I thought there was, like, something building up on it. It was just like this way the spines on his back are looking. Of course. And you see a Bakine as the regeneration is halted by what I assume is Reno's ice powers. Again, like in black and white, it's kind of really hard to tell what's what with what's happening, just based on the color gradients, but I assume that's what's happening based on everything's paused. You see everyone looking in surprise as Kafka's, like, partner, as you see him, like, one hand outstretched, going, "Seal the deal, sir!" And you see him just one fist forward as he punches into the core. He has a little flashback to his younger self, or, like, I guess a conversation with his younger self going, "This isn't the future I expected. It's like, we'll just see which of us becomes the cooler officer. But if I can square this away nice and neat, it'd be pretty damn cool, wouldn't it?" And baby Kafka's like, "Yeah, let's punch right through." He's like, "Yeah!" And you see, like, a little montage of, like, him go throughout the years as he does, like, one final blast through to the core and just shatters everything apart. And you see number 9's face kind of just exploding and blowing apart. And you see everyone staring in shock. Yeah, like, yeah! As the giant kaiju, I assume, is going to start disintegrating, dying, whatever the hell. So I guess quick thoughts on this chapter. Like, really very short chapter, not much to say with regards to it. I don't know, like, Reno coming in at the last minute, clutch kind of to save the day. Is like, alright, again, another shonen trope, person comes in clutch, kind of saves the day, lets the hero kind of shine. Again, I wish he had been more actively involved and participated in this fight rather than just kind of coming out of nowhere at the last minute to clinch the save for Kafka to, be able to land the final blow. But again, like, I'm just glad this final fight is over. Like, with the two chapter thing, I'm kind of like, alright, they can't drag this out for, like, too long with the final fight. Like, if you're gonna introduce a gimmick to like justify why it's not lasting longer, this is a fine one as any to get through it. Apart from that, not much else to say. It really does feel almost like Natsumoto's having a conversation with himself, where Kafka's doing like, "Oh, this isn't the future I expected." It's like, but it'd be pretty damn cool if I can end this way, like square this way, nice and neat. It almost feels like Matsumoto's having a conversation with himself, like talking about wrapping up the series. Apart from that, again, really not much to say. I'm glad this fight is finally done because it really did feel like it dragged on for far too long, and I don't think the bi-weekly, monthly kind of release schedule we were dealing with really helped a lot with regards to the pacing and everything else. So my guess for the next two chapters is the next chapter is going to deal with like conclusion to this fight, the fallout, everything like that. And then I'm guessing the final chapter will potentially be a time skip that will deal with the epilogue, you know, where the characters are now, what's happened, like the whole kaiju threat, everything like that. Odds are like really good as well. Like I'm at least betting on it that Kafka will revert to human form, like when the grudge dissipates, or with the grudge being satisfied, they'll like magic some reason for why he's able to like transform or stay back as like a human form again. Because I can't see this manga ending with him just kind of like staying in human form. Because again, like I don't go see going into like monster fucker territory, which I guess comes into like the next aspect of this. I also don't know if this series is going to confirm a canonical like romantic ending for Kafka and Mina after all this is done. There is precedent, like that's why I'm thinking kind of like a time skip would happen. Like there's a precedent to set it up for that, because then you could have them like referring to each other like husband, wife, and all that. Just speed running past all of that to be like, okay, they're together now. Like there's your happy ending. Odds again are good on that because Shonen does really love its like hetero happy marriage endings. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, not really much to say. Like this feels very much like, you know, kind of Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, all right, let's wrap things up. Let's finish this all up. Get it done. So with that said, I guess a couple of quick thoughts on whether I feel this is rushed or not. I mean, honestly, to me, it doesn't. But again, I've been one of the people that's saying, based on the way that things have been evolving in this fight, the way, you know, the scale has been constantly being kind of like increasing, the way this kaiju was introduced, I did not feel like there could have been a more compelling story arc after this the story could have proceeded down. And I know there's people being like, oh, there's still a lot of like questions we don't have answers to, like, you know, where did the kaiju come from? Like, you know, what's the whole deal with that? When did this all start? Like, we have like, there's so much we don't know about that. There was the whole like other weapons numbers users that never became relevant after teasing them like way back when. But yeah, I guess like I said, I do not think we're gonna get conclusive answers to any of that. And I don't know, like this is all speculation. I don't know whether this was Matsumoto having like health issues in the background. Because I've seen people saying like, oh, you know, Kaiju's been axed, like Shonen Jump axed it. Kaiju's got a Fortnite collaboration. Season 2 of the anime is coming out like relatively soon. It's like it's been announced. It has its own spin-off like side story. The volumes have been selling really well from what I know. So I don't see any reason or sign why Shonen Jump would suddenly decide to axe one of its more popular series, unless there's something going on behind the scenes that I'm not privy to. But so that's why to me it's like a health issue with Matsumoto, potentially, given like the bi-weekly monthly release schedule we had, like all the breaks. That makes more sense to me because we know Shonen Jump overworks its authors. We know a lot of them have, you know, kind of long-term health issues like they get kind of like have during serialization. It happened to Black Clover's mangaka. It's happened to, I know Horikoshi was talking about like how burnt out he was by the time he was done with My Hero Academia. So that to me seems like a very real possibility where Matsumoto kind of decided like, you know, I'm tired of this. I want to wrap it up while I still have my health, and you just like finish it on my terms. That seems more likely to me. But I guess we'll have to wait till we get like more news announcements on everything before we pass judgment on it. But yeah, like I saw it coming, but hopefully the series will go out with a bang. But we'll see what happens. So all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, you know, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.